Hey guys, so this is my October wrap up. I only read 6 books this month. I wanted to read more, but I had exams, so I didn't get through all my October TBR. But let's get started. The first book I read was Dark Matter, A Ghost Story by Michelle Paveur. And this cover is so beautiful. There's blue sparkles down here. I don't know if you can tell. I love this cover. This book is about a guy named Jack. He goes on an Arctic expedition. Basically, his team leaves him. He's the only one left, and weird things start happening. He gets paranoid. It's a ghost story, so I don't want to give anything away for that. But I gave this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. The next book I read was Life as We Knew It by Susan Beth Pfeffer, and I don't know, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because I always round up. It was more of a 3.5 out of 5. I liked the whole idea of the story, but I hate cliffhangers, and I hate that I just don't know what happened to Miranda, and there's no sequel to this, but apparently the 3rd book in the series makes everything clear. It has Miranda, the girl from this book, in it, and the boy from the 2nd book in it, so I'll probably read that, and maybe that'll change my mind of how I feel about this book. The 3rd book I read was Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. And I don't want to say much about this book because I think I'm going to do a review later on, because this was my favorite read of October. I loved this book. I loved this book. It was awesome. And the only reason I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads is because it was hard to get into it at first because of the language. And if this map wasn't in the book, then I'd totally be lost what places were where and what was going on. But other than that, besides the language, this would have definitely been a 5 out of 5. The next book I read was Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake. And I honestly could not find anything wrong with this book. It was definitely a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads, and I definitely recommend this book, and I cannot wait for the sequel. The book itself is so pretty. Look at the font. It's in red. I don't know if you can tell. And this is about a guy named Cass. He's a ghost killer, and he goes hunting for this girl named Anna, who is a ghost, of course, and she doesn't try to kill him for some reason, and she's killed every single person that has come anywhere near her before. So I don't want to give away what happens between them and what goes on, but I really love this book. The next book I read was Stolen by Lucy Christopher. This, I don't know, honestly. The book that I read that was similar to this, that was a kidnapping type story, was Held by Edith Revell, I think her name is. If you look up Held on Goodreads, then you'll find the book I'm talking about. It's a green cover with a person in the corner. That book was awesome. I recommend that book. But I think it's because I read that before I read this that I didn't really enjoy this as much. There wasn't as much action as there was in Held. And I really hate comparing books, but those are the only 2 kidnapping books I read, so I just had to compare. And overall, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. It was a good read. I enjoyed it. The next book I read was Tiger Lily, and almost a tie for my favorite book of October with Shadow and Bone. Guys, if you haven't read this, go read it now. This book is awesome. It's so awesome. And the only reason I gave it 4 out of 5 on Goodreads is because the beginning was kind of slow, but once I got more into the story, then I was like, oh my god, I have to finish this. So I finished it in one day. And this is about Tiger Lily and how she falls in love with Peter Pan, but there's also stuff going on in her village. There's stuff going on in Peter Pan's life. There's stuff going on with the pirates and stuff and the mermaids. It's crazy. The action that the ending goes through in the last couple of pages is so crazy. It made me think, is this really a YA novel right now? Because this stuff is too crazy. And I did not expect it at all. This book, it was just I don't even have words. Guys, go read it. Seriously, it was awesome. It was so awesome. I want to go buy a copy myself and read it all over again because I have to return this to the library. But I think I'm gonna do a review on this, so I'm not gonna give too much away. I'll definitely do a review on this actually. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was my October wrap up, and I'm gonna do a November TBR pretty soon. So thanks for watching, guys.